Morning, guys. It's about 5 a.m. and we're off to hit some legs this morning. So it's going to be a pretty simple and easy workout. Just 3 doubles at RPE 9, so about 90%. Front squat sets of 4 with an unspecified RPE, but I'll probably keep those moving fast. Is there an accessory? And then reverse walking lunges, leg press, leg extension, and leg curl, and then that's it for this morning. So it's going to be nice to go a little heavier again. It's been a while since I've gone quite heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how things go. But hopefully I'm a little more awake by the time I get there, because I'm not. I think I was up and down probably 6 or 7 times in the night. It wasn't good, but usually once I get the blood flowing, and once I get to the gym, I'm all good. But we're just driving there now, so yeah, we'll see how this thing goes. I took my recovery metrics this morning and they weren't good at all. But sometimes it'll tell me, oh, you're under recovered, this and that, and then I'll go train and I'll have, one of the best workouts I've had in weeks. So I mean, it's a good metric to take, just so maybe you exercise some caution for the first little bit of your training, or know to rest later that night. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. But at this early of an hour, that's about all I got to say about what's going on. So we'll let you guys go here, and then we'll see what happens when we actually get to the business. We planned to warm up. It's pretty simple. I just go up by 1 plate at a time. 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4, and then I break it down. Bring it down from there, and just take cautious jumps after that. But yeah, start with the bar and just get moving, and go from there. I don't know what I ate last night, but I might be in some trouble. But we'll see how the cookie crumbles here. Got some extra loin, just in case. Well, apparently my microphone doesn't work, so it's going to be more of a quiet one today. So one thing that I've kind of committed to with deciding to vlog my training is to not just share the highlights, but to kind of share the good, the bad, the ugly, and like all the challenges in between. And one thing I'm doing this summer and during this prep that I haven't done before is I'm working a labor job 70 hours a week, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. And I'm trying to navigate that and learn and try to figure out how to recover properly and how to listen to my body, because if I it's about risk management partly, and at this stage in my life, income's a pretty high priority, but at the same time, getting stronger is a pretty high priority too. So learning how to navigate to that has definitely been a challenge this summer. Not a complaint whatsoever. I'm really blessed. I got a really good job, work with a really good group of guys. But, sometimes the human body's a little weak. And sometimes it's hard to figure out, exactly how to navigate that and how to be recovered. And, I think I've definitely gotten a lot smarter with recovery as opposed to when I was younger. When I was younger, I'd just max out every day. I was an idiot, even more so than I am now. But, with these squats today, they felt phenomenal in terms of speed and in terms of how the weight felt on my back, in terms of how like speed-wise, performance-wise. But in terms of like the body, every rep felt like something was going to explode. So then you got to ask yourself, well, is it, do you go up in weight? Do you try to push the envelope anyway and do the whole mind over matter thing, which I've done before and it's had its consequences, or do you just accept the fact that it's moving relatively well and you feel stronger, and do you just take that for what it is and move on? So I think what I'm going to do is try take 445 for a second double, and then see how it moves and go from there. Now, even though that set was substantially better than the last one, I think I'm going to play it smart, and I'm not going to toss any more weight on, just because I'm feeling something shifty in the hips and in the hamstrings. So I'd love to put another plate on there just as much as the next guy, but there's no sense in just racking up weight on the bar for YouTube. I'd much rather save it for the platform. So I think that's a wrap. It's just a short and sweet session today. I'm thinking about things I can improve though. So I have an aerobic program, and I keep my cardiovascular health up. I keep those metrics good. So that's fine. And as far as diet goes, I eat in the surplus every day, and I get an ample amount of protein. So that's fine. In terms of scheduling, I go to bed very early, and 90% of the time I get 8 hours of sleep, unless I'm sick or something like last night. So that's fine. So then the question is, what else can a guy do to aid in recovery and just overall readiness? Well, I think the answer to that, I think the next step would be a mobility program. I've definitely taken liberties with that. I've barely ever done mobility. I did mobility for cycling, just to get into better position and get more aerodynamic and stay lower and close to the bike. But in terms of for wellness and health, I've kind of done very little. And I think it's starting to show. I'm 28. I think I'm getting to the point now where, if I don't prepare my body properly, outside of the gym, then things just aren't going to happen. So there's no sense getting upset about it or raging or rage lifting or anything like that. The guys just got to stay objective, stay on the course, and just, look at the situation with some perspective and be like, okay, well, we have these pieces in place. So, you know, what now? What do we do? You know, I'd rather do that than, you know, be like my old self and get mad at things irrationally and put another bar on there and sandwich myself. So yeah, that's a wrap for today. That was a boring one. Sorry guys, but I think if I put a couple more things in place, the subsequent training will be a lot better. So yeah, until next time.